welcome, Scorpio, to your beginning of the month reading. Hope your friends are doing great out there. If your friends like this, hit that big old like button. Let's get in here and see what's going on with you. Happy holidays to each and every one of you. Okay, guys, let's see. What are we doing? What are we doing? Beautiful Scorpio. Coming back, that's what I do know you're doing. Coming back from a roller coaster ride. Now, whether you're still in this roller coaster ride or not, you're having a conscious lack of understanding. But I love it. It's saying it's in reverse. So you're totally understanding what's going on now. Where you could have felt like, I was totally in the dark. I didn't see the picture at all. So definitely seeing the bigger picture to the situation now, guys. I'm loving that. You're going to be able to figure things out, see it from a different point of view. What was ever going on before, lack of commitment, and pessimism. Wow. Yep. You know, it was just because they didn't want to show you exactly what was going on within the situation, hiding behind the mask and fragmenting all the energy, going back and forth like a teeter-totter, pulling you in all these different directions. We do see a lot of that. There was a lot of shattered hopes and a lot of shattered, I don't know. It just felt like there was a lot of things that were going on, and then it was like you were pulled into this one direction, and it was just like glass shattered. That's what I see, guys. It's almost like if you were standing in, oh my gosh, how is this? This vision that I'm getting is so interesting. It's like you're walking through this room of like mirrors. And each side, you know that where you're supposed to be going, and this person's still pulling you in this one direction. You're going there, but then you realize it's lack of commitment. They become very pessimistic about the situation. Everything kind of folds in on itself, and the mirror shatters in front of you. And then, therefore, you can't go that way anymore. And that's that shattered, fragmented energy. So it's almost like to this point towards like, and I can't move anymore. Now I'm kind of stuck right here. And why did you keep me stuck here? And it almost makes you feel like they did it on purpose. That they took you into this direction just to break it. It's like they knew there was an obstacle there and that you couldn't get around it and that the two of you would not get there. But why would you pull me in that direction? Huh. And then they left. Just like they left you to fend for yourself. It's a very interesting visualization. That's what keeps popping up, though. Take that, how that resonates, because it's like they left you to fend for yourself. Oh, you can get past that by yourself. But it's like, why are you... You're the one that put me there. So they put you in a place of fear. And the only fear is it's not a real fear. It's the fear of not understanding. It's the fear of not understanding and not knowing. See, and that's where it says lack of consciousness. Now you see what was going on and why they did this. They did this because they didn't know what else to do. They were the one that had the fear. They were the one that had the lack of the commitment. They were the one that thought that they could do all of this with you, but then they backed away. You know what this reminds me of? It just reminds me of a really crappy relationship where somebody hasn't had a relationship in a really long time. They may have been divorced, and then they want to get in a relationship with you. They think that everything's going to be fine. Maybe the both of you have not had good relationships, and you guys put out the sailboat and go to sea, and then they jump in the water, and then they leave you. Or the sailboat goes down and they take they only bring like one life jacket and left you out there to die. I don't know. This is the craziest thing, but it says because of the greatest achievements, you were waiting for something amazing to happen, and then they just left you out to sea. They left you stuck. But that's all turning around now. It's turning around. You have the creative endeavors and the happy success. It's almost like whatever it is, the universe came back and said, no, It said, let it go. You have new beginnings. Your status quo is changing too. I don't know what the fuck this is, really. It's the craziest thing. I think it's because there's so many different scenarios that could be going on, so I'm just going with what I see. Letting go of the situation brings in a new status quo, and hitting that milestone, bringing a new beginning. There's that back and forth energy. Making your intuition go crazy over here, Scorpio. You're like, no, I got this now. You left me to drown. But I didn't drown. If anything, I increased. And then it was almost like angelic presence came and helped you get back onto the right road. You're going to find this big courage that's coming towards you after this storm. Someone else is coming in, though, too, to help out with this situation. Some kind of professional assistance, some kind of love, some kind of planning in the action for some of you. Because there's some kind of new support, new connection, something that hits your mind that says, nah, we're going to do this. We see that too because we have the Hangman over here with this other deck at the bottom of the deck. I've already shuffled these for you. You have the Hangman at the bottom of the deck that says, yeah, because I can see the bigger picture. It was being breadcrumbed towards the end. I overcame that with the Ace of Cups, yeah. So what happens to them now? Where are they going? Because now it just looks like they're on their way. You know. Looks like they're just going to be stuck, guys, while you're sitting over here. Now, but they're stuck. They thought they weren't going to be stuck. You guys are dealing with someone. They thought they weren't going to be stuck, but now they're repressing their emotions. Now they don't know where they're going. Now they end up in some kind of mixed emotional, almost like a debate within their mind, within themselves, of what's going on within this situation. But you, Scorpio, you're fine. You're getting the knight in shining armor. You are running right into what it is you need to run into with the star card. You're being guided back towards balance and justice and being justified for this situation. So whatever it was that they did to make you feel like you died, you're being raised and having an awakening and a rebirth. So like I said, they left you to die, and and it's just a metaphor for some of you. Maybe it's not. Maybe they really did leave you somewhere out to die. Or you really feel that way, right? But you have the freedom and the understanding of what's going on within the situation so that you can move on. You're not going to feel like you have those setbacks anymore, and they can't hold you back anymore. This could literally be a boss, too, who was trying to give you some kind of job, threw all this paperwork and all this stuff at you, said you were going to get a raise and all this stuff. You did all the work and then turn around and didn't get a raise. I can completely see that as well. Yeah. Okay, you ready? Let's get the last cards. Mirror, mirror, facing yourself and reflections and status upgrade. Yep, there it is. Because like I said, it's going to change everything around from where you're coming from. Yeah. You're going to look in that mirror and you'd be like, I don't even know why. I don't even know why this even happened in the end. Total confusion. Total just, I mean, you guys are all set next to the moon. We just got out of Mercury retrograde, too. So, status upgrade. Social standings and lifestyle evolution. The next level. Going up that next level. Like I said, you might even get a new job. You end up, like, screw them and get a new job. Yeah. Creating your own path. I just feel like there was a lot of gaslighting over here with whoever you're dealing with. I think in the end, that's exactly what it was. They made you believe one thing, and they weren't even really committed to doing it. But they knew that they weren't going to. That's the whole point of the manipulation and the gaslighting. The new person could be a new person coming in to offer you a job. For those of you who say this is job-related, not love-related, that's fine. With the money over here, let's look at a couple money cards. Investment. your finances are improving and expanding. Now is the great time to make those investments. Yeah, finding that life purpose. Well, we've seen the life purpose because you have the star card, so that's what it is, the new ideas and the inspirations that will guide you back to where you feel like, yes, you're the leader. You're back in leadership mode. Wow, whatever it was almost like they dug you a grave. Did they do it? Well, yeah, it does feel almost like they did know. You know, it's kind of crazy. It was almost like, did they really 100% know? Because it was like they gaslighted you to get the work done, but yet they knew the obstacle was there, and they wanted you to push towards that obstacle. I think they thought you could do it, but they didn't really want to help through that situation if that was the case. What the fuck? Yeah. Same with the love situation here, that they weren't really committed. They thought they were. It could be a rebound situation, putting you in a rebound. If this is a love situation where they believed that they were going to, right? But it was end up just broken promises, rebound, and you know, they're confused. Now that just becomes confused. This is very, yeah, situationship, I'll tell you. That's what it ends up in the end. Okay, guys, until next time. Peace and love. Bye bye.